Unlocking English. Unraveling Prepositions and Relative Clauses. Hello there, language learners. Welcome back to our ongoing series on intermediate grammar. Today, we're diving deep into an essential part of English syntax: relative clauses. Our focus in this video will be on a very special topic called prepositions in relative clauses. We're going to look at the restrictions and special cases that come along with using prepositions in these types of clauses. Let's begin. Just as a quick refresher, relative clauses are parts of a sentence that describe a noun. They begin with a relative pronoun or a relative adverb. For example, in the sentence, "The man who lives next door is a doctor," the phrase, "who lives next door," is a relative clause, describing the man. Now, on to our main topic: prepositions in relative clauses. Prepositions are words like on, at, in, from, etc., and they can indeed be used in relative clauses. For instance, this is the park at which we met. Here, at is the preposition and which is the relative pronoun. The position of the preposition can vary. It can come at the start of the relative clause, as in formal English, or at the end. For example, this is the park which we met at. Both are correct, but the latter is more common in everyday informal speech. There's an important point to note with the relative pronouns who and that. Unlike which, these cannot be preceded by a preposition. So, you cannot say, "the man at who I waved," but should say, "the man who I waved at," or "the man at whom I waved." In informal English, we often use that or who and leave the preposition at the end of the clause, a situation sometimes called a stranded preposition. For instance, "This is the girl that I was talking about." It's perfectly fine in everyday conversation and most writing, even if some people consider it less formal. Well, that wraps up our lesson on prepositions and relative clauses. Remember, while there are rules in English grammar, language also evolves with usage. So, don't be afraid to follow the patterns you observe in everyday conversations. After all, communication is key. Stay curious, keep learning, and remember, English is a journey, not a destination. We hope this video has shed some light on the somewhat tricky subject of prepositions in relative clauses. Until next time, happy learning!